We're heading back to the classroom as we give out grades for hitters and pitchers of the first half for the Cubs. Let's go.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community by following on your preferred audio platform. And you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Great memories over the years of the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, especially as a kid. And we're going to get to the only Cubs player appearance later in the show, as Justin Steele showed well. But first, we're going to get up in front of the classroom as the teacher and grade Cubs hitters and pitchers. We'll do some producing of this on the air, Sam. But 89 games in, so technically it's not the halfway. It's like the 55% point. Cubs 42 and 47. And what I have in front of me is really a smattering of grades, just quite a variety. And so I'm very excited to see how you grade this ball club.
Yeah, and let me preface my grades by saying expectations have a lot to do with it. Meaning, for me, a guy, let's say like Yan Gomes, is going to have a really high grade because he's exceeded the expectations I had for him over the season. Whereas certain guys may have numbers that are better overall than Yan Gomes, but they were expected to be the pillars of this offensive team, the core of this offensive team, the juggernaut, the consistent, reliable leaders of this offensive team. So, guys that haven't been what we needed them to be are going to get lower grades. And I'm sure you and everyone else will call me harsh, and that's just fine. So let's get it going. I think what we should do is you say the name and then do like a countdown, and we just say it at the same time. So everyone knows we're not influenced by each other.
I like that idea. Okay, I'll agree to your terms. And I think this is based on expectations.
Yeah.
And
some financials too.
And situation, so in terms of, just grading to a certain set of standards, just like we would in school. So I think that's very reasonable. So I have the player order in terms of plate appearances. And we're grading players that are on the current roster, either active or IL. So if they're in the minor leagues, made an appearance, they are not going to get a grade this episode. So sorry, Matt Mervis.
Yeah, incomplete.
All right, so let's start. I'm going to start with the least plate appearances right now. And then we're going to kind of jump around. How does that sound?
Whatever. Miguel
Amaya, 3, 2, 1, B.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. He plays so rare, but B plus, even A minus, I would say. Right. But that one, he plays so rare. It's hard to give him a full grade.
Yeah, I got to give you one more thing about my grades, player, is that I'm done with the plus minus system. Okay, so I'm done with that. It's a waste of my time as a teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing solid letter grades. Okay. And everybody could, never mind.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Moving. So actually, we're going to go bottom to top, actually.
Okay.
We're just going to completely do the reverse of what I said.
All right.
Miles Mastrobuoni. 3, 2, 1.
F.
Yeah.
That's going to be a flat F.
I don't think we're going to have to head on to that.
No.
This was one of the first transactions actually last fall that the Cubs made. We made fun of it because we thought we'd never see this dude in a Cubs uniform. Sure enough, he's not only played, but he's actually started quite a few
it's too many sentences on him. Move on. F.
Tucker Barnhart. 3, 2, 1.
D plus. Yeah, I'm going D+ for Tucker. My whole thing is this. I get why you put C because overall he's basically been what he was advertised to do.
Yeah.
My issue with him is he doesn't produce offensively at all. Guys steal on him, and I know some of it's not his fault, but he doesn't throw out runners.
Yeah.
And he takes time away from Amaya. So all that put together, that's going to be D for me.
No, I like your case. It's well said. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, he was expected to be what he is.
Yeah.
Although I will say, are they stealing off him or the pitchers?
No, I right. But there are some where, he needed to maybe throw out a couple of more.
All right, I got some good grades coming up here. Mike Talkman, 3, 2, 1, A.
B. Yeah, I give him a B.
Yeah, I like this brother, Mike Talkman.
Yeah. It's so hard.
You didn't even know about this dude coming into the year.
No, the guys that
played in Korea last year.
Yeah. I'm more into the everyday guys that have been there.
Right. Well, we're going to get to them, dude.
Yeah.
Trust me on that, man.
Yeah, Talkman's been good.
Yeah, no, they should be nervous when we get to them.
Yeah.
Nick Madrigal, 3, 2, 1, B.
B-.
Right.
B as in boy minus.
Yeah, he's really had a little bit of a resurgence since he returned from Des Moines.
Yeah, you could go to the C range because of the health issues, but yes, he was a cornerstone when he came back. So I'm B-.
Got to the point where I really hope he's back Friday.
100%.
All right, here's a happy one. Jan Gomes, 3, 2, 1,
A-. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
I mean, he's having a career year in some respects.
Jan, there's some guys coming up on this list where I'd much rather have, and I said this during our watch along, actually, right before Jan delivered, I'd much rather have Jan up than those guys. And that's a great thing for Jan and a total indictment on said players.
Yeah, he's just been a great caretaker of the pitching staff. He's come up clutch in a few moments. It's just been a joy to watch. Yeah. And he has more homers than Happen Suzuki. Anyways, Christopher Morel, 3, 2, 1, A. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas, man.
Yeah.
And this brother, Jed Hoyer, didn't bring up Morel to mid-May.
No.
That Morel, is what is his defense of that? He should be put on the stand. Hoyer.
Morel has been an A+ supporting cast member. He's carried the offense at times.
The only player that slugs consistently.
Still obvious holes in his game, but he's been more than as advertised.
Hope he finds a position as well. Patrick Wisdom, 3, 2, 1, D. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You can't give him an F.
Can't excuse the first 25 games.
Yeah. He carried the team in April. He was Pete Alonso in April.
14 homers.
Yeah.
Could get better at third. We'll see what his role is moving forward.
If there is one.
All right, interesting times coming up, folks. Trey Mancini, 3, 2, 1,
F-.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
He's been an F everywhere he's been at every part of the game. Next. Hope he gets better. I root for him.
Yes. Cody Bellinger. 3, 2, 1.
A.
B.
Yeah. How much?
Wow, I graded him lower than you.
How much do we have to put the injury on? Because if we're not counting the injury, he's been outstanding defensively in center, and he's hitting like 300. How can I be angry at the guy?
Yeah.
The only reason you gave him a B.
About that.
The only reason you gave him a B is because the guys that are supposed to hit aren't hitting.
Well, he missed a month also.
Yeah.
But should I bring him down a letter because he missed time? He's completed his makeup work, has he not?
Yeah, if we're counting games played as a major part, then I agree B. But just in terms of his individual body of work when he's been out there, A-. It's been really good. I was hoping my expectations for Bellinger was to hit 7th or 8th. If he had over a 700 OPS and played Gold Glove center, I'd clap my hands. He's got an over 800 OPS. How can I not give him an A grade?
All right, we're going in ascending order of plate appearances. So fourth in plate appearance is Seiya Suzuki. 3, 2, 1.
D.
F. I knew you were going to give it. This guy is a failure, man.
Yeah, I give him a
so
D.
So far in his Cubs career, he is a failure.
Yeah.
I mean, on every front.
Yeah. No, I give him a D.
Defensively, he's been league average.
If that. I give him a D. It's to me, the thing with him, there's two things with him. His mental and physical health, like can he make it through a 162 game season? And two, how come 9 out of every 10 times he hits the ball really well, it's on the ground? That has to be fixed. And his lack of slug and his lack of production is one of the main reasons the Cubs are not better. That's just a fact.
And I think you could make a case that he is one of the more important players entering the second half. Because if he continues to slide, what happens?
Oh, you see, yeah, right.
And it was so frustrating watching the All-Star game this evening. Mookie Betts, 26 homers.
Yeah.
JD Martinez, 21 or whatever. Suzuki and Happ each have 7 homers.
It's not a lot.
No one in their right mind would make a
Jason Hayward's been better than
to Mookie and Seiya, but Hayward is having a better year than these guys, right?
Yes, especially in the slug.
Dansby Swanson, 3, 2, 1, B. Okay. Yeah, he's picked it up offensively recently. It's very solid defensively, like we thought, dude.
Better than I thought defensively. The offense has been a little bit worse than I would hope, but I think he's been one of the more unlucky hitters in baseball. B is
and he's the new guy.
Yeah, B.
One of them. Nico Mackey Horner, 3, 2, 1.
C+. Wow. Yeah. Nico's my guy. Very high expectations for him. He needs to either A, hit for more power, or his average cannot be 271. It's just not good enough.
Right.
Just not good enough. And I think he's been used incorrectly. I've said that almost every show. I'll continue to say it. I think if he was hitting hitting 3 through 5, he'd have a 100 RBI season. But Nico's a very good baseball player, but there's more in there.
Every show might get a little tiring considering it's 5 times a week.
No, but I have been saying it. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
I mention it a lot, and people get tired of it, but it's true.
5 home runs for Nico right now. We'll see what he finishes with.
Do you think mechanically, would you say he has a good swing? Kind of a weird swing, isn't it?
Ultimately, his swing is fine, but talking actually when we were at the game, in the 300 level, Kaz took me through his whole swing. One of my great friends in life who used to play for the Mets. Yeah, Horner just he goes and gets too much, which affects his power ability. If he stayed back in his swing more, because his swing path is real solid, but he's too out front. His body goes too much with the pitch. If he stayed back in his backside, he would probably hit a couple more homers.
Yeah, I just don't think his swing, he just doesn't really generate much with it. Anyway.
He doesn't right now. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, Ian Happ is the last person.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. C.
D. No, in what world is Ian Happ a C? And I'm starting to get tired of it. He's got 7 home runs.
He walks a lot.
Since May 1st, he's hit like 205, man. He can't hit right-handed. He hits the ball on the ground every time. Him and Suzuki are the 2 problems with the offense. That's the whole reason I wanted to do this grade thing. If those guys each had 14 home runs instead of 7, we're looking down on Cincinnati.
That's double their amount, though.
We're looking, but that's where they should be. These guys
they're not even close.
These guys should be hitting 25 homers a year, and the fact that they're on pace for like
14,
12.
Right. I will probably like 13, I guess. No, it's discouraging.
I want you to answer my question. How is he getting a passing grade, man?
Well, he has an average grade right now. C is average because of his ability to get on base, and he's remained consistent in left field defensively.
That would be great if he were hitting leadoff.
Well, I battled between a C and a D. I did.
His on base percentage doesn't help when we got 2 men on, 2 out. We need a base hit.
Yeah, but is that his problem or the principal?
It's the principal's problem, but his numbers don't do anything. It's empty calories. It's like
go talk to the athletic director, dude.
It's like having a bland bag of chips.
Okay.
Ian Happ needs to be better. Seiya Suzuki
I know
needs
that.
to be better. And you know, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say those guys, if they're not better, they might be playing for their jobs pretty soon.
Well, you've hinted at that before in terms of the right fielders.
Hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Wow. All right. So there's our grades. Tell your friends. Coming up next, we are going to grade the starting rotation because, as we all know, the bullpen is like F or D range. So we're just going to probably skip over that. Stay tuned. Today's episode is brought to you by Bird Dogs. Wow. Do I get a ton of mileage out of my Bird Dogs Yeti style tumbler? Here it is right here, showing up in the camera if you're watching at home. When you order Bird Dogs right now, they're going to throw that in for absolutely no extra charge. Bird Dogs makes you look good, especially in summertime. There are stretch khaki shorts that are designed to fit slimmer through the thigh and leg, giving you a truly sculpted look. There's also the anti-stink, anti-sweat wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB or enter promo code LockedOnMLB for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. birddogs.com/LockedOnMLB or promo code LockedOnMLB. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you. The Cubs play the Red Sox at 7:05 p.m. Central Friday, and you can listen to every pitch with the Cubs hometown broadcast on Sirius XM on the SXM app. Search Cubs or tune into channel 844 and catch the Cubs all season long on Sirius XM. We continue our grade report here on a Wednesday episode. We've completed the hitter phase. We're now moving over to the pitchers. And we're going to, at the very least, grade out the starting rotation, which, aside from a handful of starts, has been the same 5 guys. Knock on wood for health. We're going to do this in order of what I think the rotation should be coming out of the break, Sam. Mm-hmm. Marcus Stroman, 3, 2, 1, A. Three less than desirable starts.
Yeah, he's closer to
finish
an A.
the half.
He's closer to an A minus.
Outstanding before that.
Yeah, he's closer to an A minus than he is a higher A, but it's an A.
Also, an omission from our Tuesday episode: his complete game shutout over the Rays was one of the best games of the year.
No, for me it wasn't because I didn't watch it because they just got swept the 3 games before that.
Same here. I had plans that day. Yeah. Justin Steele, 3, 2, 1. A. I mean, Justin Steele, homegrown pitcher the Cubs haven't had since Kerry Wood. And, right?
Prior Wood.
Yeah, I mean, geez, man. And he's been excellent. Second in NL and ERA, 2.56. He's been just a joy to watch for a couple of years now. Kyle Hendricks, Sam, the future Cubs Hall of Famer. 3, 2, 1.
A. Yeah.
Now, so what you're telling me is that 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 starting pitchers have the best grade you can get, and this team is 7 games out of first.
Hit the laugh button. Hit the laugh button. There you go.
I mean, you got to be bleeping me.
Yeah.
And it's because of those dudes, Happ and Suzuki.
And the guy that laughed.
And the margins.
No, that's it.
I mean, it's just 3 guys that get A's?
And the bullpen. Can we grade Jeremiah Estrada? Because that's an F.
Holy smokes.
Keegan Thompson, F.
Now, here.
Fulmer, D.
Where is Keegan
Boxberger,
Thompson?
F.
Keep going.
You know what I mean? Who else is there?
Anthony Kane.
Well, yeah, no, he hasn't been an F.
Mark Leiter Jr., maybe a C.
No, B.
Okay.
Adbert, A. Should have been the closer from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah, you said that in March.
Boy, there's some other guys. Brandon Hughes, F.
Yeah, he might never pitch again. So
As there's a ground ball to third, Mastrobuoni bobbles. Durant's going to be safe, and we're off and underway in the second half of the season. Okay. All right, next.
now I will say here's a reason why the Cubs are where they're at, despite the 3 A's, because the next dude who did have a great start to end his first half, Jamison Tyone, 3-2-1 F. Right.
Yeah. It's a lot of Fs.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
And then Smiley.
Drew Smiley. What's his middle name? Anyways, Drew Smiley, 3-2-1 C.
C minus C.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right, but he's been brutal lately, dude.
Brutal lately, but his overall body of the work has met expectations.
Sure.
But yeah, it's been brutal lately.
All right. Well, I've had it with grades because I'm getting frustrated. So I'm going to keep the show moving.
Well, can we do the manager?
Oh, well, I didn't have that planned.
I'll do it.
I think it speaks for itself.
It's not an F. I would say D. I wouldn't give him an F. I would give him a D. I'd give him a D. Because I think the way I would say it is if this team were 3 games better, that's about where I'd expect him to be, and I'd give him a C. Because that's what I would expect. So they're a little bit below what I would expect, and that's reflection on the manager. I give him a D.
All right, you're reasonable there.
I wouldn't give him an ice cold F.
No, I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, I give him a D as in dog.
Coming up next, we talk about Justin Steele in the All-Star game.
Hotovy, F. No,
stay tuned. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know who's going to need some help this next stretch of time between now and August 1? Jed Hoyer and Carter Hawkins. BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Of course, the Cubs' first 10 games to open the half is going to impact that decision. We're going to talk about that for Thursday's episode. But boy, could these dudes use some help. Sometimes in life, we're faced with tough choices like whether to sell or not at the trade deadline. And the path forward isn't always clear. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime and no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnMLB today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnMLB. Justin Steele with a very nice appearance in Tuesday's All-Star game. Scoreless inning, allowed 1 hit. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 1 on only 10 pitches. He did pitch a little bit. His appearance was a little bit tardier than I think many of us thought. Yeah. He pitched the 5th inning.
What a week.
Was he delightful?
What a weak NL group to start outside. I think it went like Gallen, Josiah Gray,
Keller.
Alex Cobb, Mitch Keller. I mean, these guys, all nice pitchers, but like, where are the big boys? Strider didn't want to pitch. Stroman didn't want to pitch. Kershaw's hurt, but
right.
Steele shined. That outing was Justin Steele all year. 3 balls in play, weak contact on all 3. One of them fell in and a strikeout. Scoreless inning, 10 pitches, done.
10 pitches, so he really barely worked up a sweat. So I think 3 days rest to him get the toe the slab on Saturday should be reasonable for him.
Would you at all I said Saturday as well. Would you at all think about pitching him Sunday just because that's the day the Cubs are probably going to have to try and win that series, or you probably want him to just stay in the middle between Hendricks and Stroman.
Yeah, just because they have similar profiles, like we've discussed before.
Yeah. Let them face Hendricks off of Steele.
And then I don't really care if it's Tyone or Smiley 4-5. I just think as of right now, I would want Smiley to have the least amount of appearances the rest of the year.
Well, yeah, and it's set up kind of nice because those guys will be able to pitch against the Nationals and then probably the White Sox. So
right,
so that works out well. I mean, Smiley and Tyone at Wrigley should be able to handle the Nationals.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs on YouTube, and smash the like button for the algorithm, Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast, and streaming on SiriusXM. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.